Hello, YouTube. Mr. Papadopoulos is back, and better than ever. I was just messing around right here. But as a quick update, as you may have noticed, I'm changing it to Iron Brigade instead of the Legion. Just because I think it sounds a little less morbid, to say the least. And it helps capture the feeling of what I love. Iron, if you haven't guessed. Alright, let's see. I cleaned up my computer, so I should be running better right now. Of course, I am at far render distance when I shouldn't be, but you know, whatever I can do to make it better. You know what? I'm going to change it for now. Let's see. Alright. Should be running a lot better now. Alright. Well, as some of you may know, if you haven't, go check out my channel. I am making a giant semi-automatic wheat farm. And, well, originally what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to the end of it to pick up all the stuff. Well, I thought, what if I make a transportation system so I don't have to do that? Looked online, nope, no such thing. Some come close, but more or less semi-automatic, and you have to do it yourself, and I really didn't like it. So I came up with this. It's a somewhat fully automatic, a semi-automatic transportation collection system. What it does is materials go into it, and once it reads it, it'll read it, wait until it's read at full, because the more fill it is, the more redstone signal it sends out. So it sends out a signal, goes through this block, through this repeater, and it sends it off. The reason I have that do that is, once this is full, if this is full, that must mean, not always, but it must mean that this is full. Because once this fills up. So it sends it off and comes here. This detects if there's any signal at all. Like, even if there's just one. I don't have anything right now. Here. So, look down here, because it's going to be a little fast. Oh no, I should have done that. But it will send a signal. Let's see. Go. Yep, there we go. Boom. It sends a signal. It turns off that torch. Then turn off the redstone. Turns this on, which powers this and pushes it out of the way. And turns this off so it doesn't send it through. So it waits until the cart is completely empty. And which it will be in a second now. And then turns it off, retracts that, sends the signal, and sends it back off to the original destination. This right here took me a while to figure out, and I feel a little stupid, but you know, what are you gonna do? It works, so I'm happy. Now here is the trouble part. This sends off, so this is filled, completely filled. So it comes by to a turned on powered rail, and it bounces back and goes back, and while only picking up like 1 or 2, and that's a big problem. So what I did was I put a detector rail right here, as you can see, and had it go through a big pulse lengthener, so it pushes this out of the way to cut out the signal, so it's off, and allows enough time for this to transfer enough materials into the cart that it won't send a signal long enough. So by the time that the pulse is completely off, it's no longer going to go through the block. So it continues to fill until it's completely filled. Now this is why I call it a semi-automatic. It's completely full automatic on transferring the thing, but if it ends up like this, no more goes into it and it won't go. So you have to set up a button that sends it off. As you can see, it pushes that out, sends it off, and lets it fill up. And okay, yeah, this is another problem I figured out over there. If this is completely full, this will never go back, because this is no longer transferring anything, and it's always going to have a signal. But, you know, pros and cons. You can't fully rely on, there's very few things you can fully rely on, and yeah, this isn't. But the thing is, this is a little over cumbersome, and that's just for one track. Well, I figured I made a big scale anyways, and boy did I improve it greatly. Let's just remove this real quick. Stupid thing. Alright. Destroy this. This is just so I can test it out, and it does work. Not as perfectly as I would hope, but it does work. Alright. This top part is completely optional. If you have something that's going to be giving out a lot of materials, like my farm, you got all the wheat and seeds, then this is pretty good. This is good enough. Well, not good enough. I'm sorry. This would be good for it. But if you don't need nothing like that, then all you really need is just this. And this works out fine. Now, you don't need 5. You can do as many as you want. But the thing is, this thing is almost, complete. Don't. Come on, you stupid slime. This thing is almost completely stackable. Eventually, it's going to get too big so that you're going to need more repeaters. I might get in some way, but I don't care. I mean, that's just not really that necessary, I don't think. But yeah, it's whatever. Alright, right here, however, it uses a few systems. And this, I have never seen anyone use it. So I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it the Redstone Fabric. And, well, okay, redstones connecting to each other when they shouldn't have. You're just going to have a big disaster. Well, no. This is a perfect length so that when one thing is completely filled, it will send a signal this far. It will not go any further or any shorter. So, if one thing is filled, if this is completely filled, it will power this full, this one here, 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 and here. So the only one that gets activated is this one. And so that it works out pretty good. But that's the thing, you have to go this long if you want to do that. Otherwise, you have to figure out some way, and I'm not into doing that. And then, so once the power gets all the way, this pushes it down, which sends the signal all the way through, sending off the minecart. Now that was the first part. Once it fills up completely, it'll do that and sends it off. And that makes it a lot more compact, as in like right next to each other. Obviously it's going to be a lot longer, but if it works, it works, like I said before. Now right here is the pulse lengthener. So it hits it, activates the redstone underneath there, and signal out. Now that's a good thing. You don't need one of these for each line. You have that sends a signal out. It wasn't long enough, the redstone signal, so I had to use it somewhat repeater type. But this is a little less redstone, less resources, so I just went with that. So it turns this off, so even if something's down, it deactivates it, and like over there, it allows it long enough so it can go. And I suppose if you want this a little longer, you could set this to full delay, but you know, it's not necessary. I tested this out several times. Sorry about my little lisp. Alright, so once it gets there, it fills up, it goes. And also a quick comment, that has to be redstone block underneath it. If you have a torch, it will power the redstone right next to it. For example, it'll send a pulse to that, and then that won't work at all. So you need a redstone block. The others, however, you do not need it. You could just use a redstone torch, and that's very resource friendly. So send them all out, and here's also where I improved it greatly. All this is the half slab is just so that you can use a double chest. But yeah, it comes in and it stops. It immediately unloads one thing, which comparator reads that there's something in there, sends a signal, turns that off, and turns that off. So it allows it to completely unfill. Once the cart is empty, turns it back off, on, and then on. And like, you know, this is a lot better, and it doesn't even need a piston, let alone a sticky piston. So you got that, and that also allows you to stack them as well. The reason you have to do it this way is so when you're underneath here, you know, you can access them easily. Alright, and then here's just the button to send them, them all the way out here. And that one I have not got made, but you know, it's same thing. I was just testing without it, and I really don't know why I didn't do that. But, you know, it's whatever. So yeah, that's a lot of iron. Like I said, iron, you gotta love it. It's one of the best materials in the game. I go after iron, not diamonds. Diamonds are just lucky that I take them. Whoops. And then what you could do is, like, in this little station, you have more chests, so that when these are filled, you could just fill up the chest. Alright. And a couple more things. So right here uses a redstone fabric. You know, that's my thing. I called it. Uses pulse lengthener, and you know, and this right here, just so you can tell, it's pointed in a loop. So if one of them gets filled, it, you know, sends them all the way through. So this is filled, and all of the carts are off. This is filled. So instead of that one only pointing down, that will point over, so that it'll go in here, and then here, and then here, you know, continuously. So it helps it evenly, even though it uses more iron and, you know, all that stuff. Like I said, iron, very useful. Irene, yeah. Alright, well, if we go over here, I did some calculations, and this is all the things you need to make it as is. Exact measurements, 5 wide, going only that far, which in all honesty isn't all that big, unless you go out far that way and have them go that way. But really, no, I wouldn't have done that. Alright, right here you got 20 hoppers for the 5 over there and the 15 right there. You got 5 sticky pistons, 23 repeaters, 10 comparators, and sorry if I have bad spelling, I'm not all that great with that, but 27 redstone torches, 10 chests, the 5 underneath were the drop-off station, and the 5 in the carts. No. Oh, hold on. Oh, this is old. My bad. I believe that's counting the main 5 right there, and the 5 over there. Or, I don't know. I know that's wrong. There's more than 10 chests. There's like 35 chests. Because you get the 5 drop off, or the 10 drop off. Okay, that's what's counting. I don't know. Where's the hoppers again? 20 hoppers, 5, and then 10. Yeah, okay. The 10 is for the 5 double chests, and then the 5 minecart chests. So, in total, there's like 35, 20, 30, 35. Okay, there we go. 5 detector rails, 34 powered rails, and 226 rails. Yeah, this is going to be a very extensive thing, but you know, it's well worth it, especially if you love redstone. You got 5 redstone blocks, you know, the 9, the 235 redstone, you know, as just redstone. That's just the redstone, and then 5 half slabs of any type if you want the double chest. Now, right here is the raw materials which you need to have to make all these things. You need 418 redstone for everything, all the pistons, all the everything. 364 iron. Now, if I'm making this, I must love this if I'm giving up that much iron. Alright, here we go. 129 stone, smooth stone, alright. 10 quartz for the comparators, my bad. 5 up here, 5 over there. 295 wooden planks. You know, for the piston tops, for the chest. What are you doing here? Yeah, for the piston tops, the chest. I forget what else it was, but yeah, that's getting a lot. And then 62 wooden planks for the sticks. I mean, like, actually 62 wooden planks. This amount, that's a lot. That's a lot of sticks. But you're making all the redstone torches for the repeaters, for the comparators, those repeaters. You got a lot of repeaters going on here. The comparators. So that's used. Whoops, wrong set. Oh yeah, in total 124 sticks. So if you count by the wooden planks, then you don't need this. Otherwise, if you have like a ton of sticks just laying around, this is the exact number, I believe. Then you need 36 gold for the powered tracks and 5 slime balls. Now, here's the thing. Like for some stuff like the powered rails, or the rails in general, where you do 6 iron and 1 stick, that will get you 16 tracks. I have counted in for all the things you need. So you're going to have extra rails, extra powered rails, and stuff like that. Oh, see, here it comes back. Oh, okay, the others came back before it. But yeah, they're completely empty. So this thing does work, and I love it. So if you need a brief overview to get a good look at it, if you want to copy it, if you want to copy, that's all good. Just give me some credit for it. I'm trying to get some reputation. You know, I love redstone, and this is just fun when I made this. But right here you got 5 comparators, redstone comparator. You got all of this redstone. I believe 15. Yeah, 15 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15 long at 5 wide. Then you got the sticky pistons, and I tried to cut down on the sticky pistons because, you know, sometimes getting slime balls are a little hard especially if you're starting out, or if you're just not good at finding slime chunks like me. But I try to cut it down. I might come up with a system, and if I do come up with a better way, I would put it down in the description how to do that. But until then, you know, 5 sticky pistons. There's 5 repeaters. The 75 more redstone. More repeaters. Down here you got the redstone. That redstone signal goes from right here all the way. Just to let you know. Here, I go down. See, all the way. 5. Alright, let's connect this back up. Redstone. Alright, on the timing right here, so that it doesn't, you know, where it doesn't mess up. You have 1 repeater on 1 delay. And that's going directly to there. And again, 1 repeater, 1 delay. Well, no delay. Like 1 repeater. Do not mess with it any other time. So 2 repeaters, completely full on delay, all the way back. Then 1 set back once, or on the second delay, however you see it. Then the third line is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 repeaters all the way back, and I will get that nicely. Then you got redstone torch, redstone torch, yeah, that usual. And then this, I believe, is every 15 or so. And then the powered rail right here. You need a hopper, comparator right next to the hopper, not next to the chest, but next to the hopper. Pointing to a block with a torch right there. Then you need this. Although it has nothing on top, you still need that to send the power there. And then same thing with all those. And you got it. And also be aware, if you're going to do the cart return or whatever, the cart retrieval, the cart retrieval button, make sure you have enough repeaters, and every so often, wherever the power track is, you move this. Because if you put redstone there, it's going to get powered. Hi, minecarts. Boom. Alright, that's beautiful. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Since it has nothing in it, it just goes there, bounces back off. So that's nice. But right here, you have a redstone torch that's powering the block. I want to power the redstone, so be careful. Same thing over here. You got that redstone torch underneath there. Then also right here, this confused me for a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, that sort of thing. Boom. That's just beautiful though. And it's on its way back. So I'm going to be putting this into my super flat survival world right now. So if I would refer back to this if you need any help, if you're going to put this in yours. Don't forget to give me some credit, because that is always helpful. And yeah, see you later, guys. Iron Brigade.